Good afternoon, and thank you for tuning into the Fitness on Fire On Demand channel. This is Coach Josh Graves, and I'm going to be taking you through a kettlebell workout today. The kettlebell workout is themed. We're actually going to be focusing on what's known as the frontal plane of motion. Frontal plane of motion basically means side to side. It's actually very confusing. They should call it the side plane of motion, but I won't get into too much detail there. But very simply, human beings move forward, backwards. We move side to side, and we also move in rotational formats, right? So if we only train forward and backwards, we're probably setting our body up for injury eventually, because our body's going to get good at forward and backwards, but it's not going to know how to move side to side and in rotation. So that all being said, today I'm going to show you how the kettlebells, even though the kettlebells are infamous for sagittal plane motion, forward and backwards motion, I'm going to show you how we make that more of a frontal plane exercise today. So this should be all new skills for almost everybody, so that should be fun. We will start with our joint by joint warm-up. That's how we always get down. So let's go and start, but we're going to switch it up. Let's start with the feet today. So let's start with some ankles. So we'll do some ankle circles. Let's go and do 5 good ankle circles each side. Go ahead and go the other direction or other leg, 5 ankle circles each. I need some ankle circles. We had a little bit of a run yesterday, kind of rolled my ankle a bit. My right ankle's upset today. Let's go feet and knees together, and we'll do little knee circles. We'll go 5 knee circles each direction. And then let's go the other direction. Like I said, at any point today, we're going to go to hips. If you have questions, feel free to unmute yourself, ask a question, or you can put it in the chat box. I will definitely try to respond to the questions today. I want to make sure everything feels good, especially as we work on new skills. So just feel free to ask at any point. We will do a skills training before we get into our workout today, so you'll get a chance to practice the stuff we're going to teach. All right, we're going to move our hips a little different today. So what I'm going to do is kind of open my hips up. I'm going to do a knee up, knee out, and then I'm going to touch the ground. Knee up, knee in, touch the ground. We're going to do 10 of those. Up, out, down. Let's do 10. This is already starting to work on the rotational plane that we're talking about, right? We're not doing a forward-backwards thing right now. We're kind of rotating the hip over. We're starting to get our mind on moving a little bit more side to side and in rotation versus just forward and backward. And then this, if you're driving the knee up pretty high, that should burn the hips up a little bit. We should be getting some heat up in those hips, starting to loosen all that stuff up. All right, I think that's about 10. Don't judge my counting skills. If you've ever trained with me, you know that I cannot count to 10 very well. So worst case scenario, if you train with me, you're probably going to get stronger. We're going to have a recommended dose of 10, and you're probably going to do 12 or 15 if I'm counting. So keep count or trust what I'm counting. All right, and I think that's 10 for me. All right, so hips should be feeling good. Let's go upstairs a little bit. I'm going to check out my T-spine. So for this one today, I'm going to kind of move in a little bit more of a rotational fashion, kind of each shoulder blade going up, back, and down. Right, kind of just groove and loosen up a little bit, get a little unstiff. We're also stiff and forward and backwards. We're going to try and accept some movement. Man, I'm even grooving through my low spine a little bit there. Accept some movement in there. Unglue your system. A lot of us have been stuck in these C-shaped positions. We gotta change that. Now let's do gunslinger. I'm gonna point my pistol forward. I'm gonna dome my upper back. I'm gonna pull on the reins of a horse and open up and extend my mid back. And this is our T-spine warm up today. Try to get 5 good ones. We're trying to move between the vertebrae between our neck and our sternum here. Ooh, okay, let's move to the shoulders next. So I'm going to start with a couple reaches. Just reach up real high, touch the ceiling, and relax. Good. I'm going to back up a little bit. Reach up, touch the ceiling, and relax. Good. One more time. Big reach, and relax. Good. Now we're going to go to a full range shoulder circle. So I'm going to reach my arms up as high as I possibly can. I'm going to point my thumbs to the front of the room. Pull my biceps away from my ears. I'm going to slowly rotate my thumbs to the back of the room, trying to find the smoothest shoulder circle that I can find. Nice and easy. Note how slow my shoulder circle is. That is not an error. Your screen is not freezing. I would like you to try and move at a similar pace there. Take time to move your shoulders through full range of motion. If this doesn't feel good, sometimes I'll get stuck where something doesn't feel right. I'll stop there and I'll work myself out of the circle there. So take that full circle as far as you can do it well. And don't force yourself into any position that doesn't feel right for you. It's kind of my golden rule of fitness. If it don't feel right, I don't do it ever for any reason, period. Let's go to make a fist. I'm going to do a little fist circle. I'm not doing disco. I'm actually moving my wrist. Okay, let's go the other direction. Move your wrist. All right, all that looks good. And then we're going to move on to the neck check one time. Let's do 5 ups. 5 nose. And then 5 ear to shoulders. All right, all right. So next thing we're going to get into today, guys, is we're going to be getting into, I want to change the view. I know you guys can see me. I want to be able to see you. There you go. Cool. Oh, what's up, J-Bone? What's up, dude? So we're going to go on to animal warm-up today. So we're using animal movements for our warm-ups. We're going to do ape, bear, and crab. And even though ape, bear, and crab sound familiar, we're not going to be doing necessarily just ape, bear, and crab. When we use the crab stance, I'm going to show you a variation of the crab that's good for kettlebell stuff. Everything's going to be 30 seconds of work today, and then we'll take 30 seconds of rest. Our ape stance. In our ape, okay, it's a lateral movement. Again, the theme of today's workout is side-to-side movement. So in my ape stance, this is what I call the catcher stance. All right, I'm in like this deep squat. I call it the catcher stance because if I was actually playing baseball, I'd be able to catch a baseball in this stance. You'll see that in this squat, for me, my heels are even elevated off the ground, right? This is a comfortable stance for me in my deep squat. If you have like that deep squat where your heels are on the ground, you can hold that squat as well. You find what feels good for you. From here, the goal of the ape movement is actually to open the hips up and to start kind of using our hips a little bit better. So I'm going to reach my arms out to the side of my knee here, put my hands on the ground, and I'm going to locomote sideways to my next ape. That's our ape. All right, note that I come upright into my catcher stance every time. It's not a lateral bear crawl. I actually want to be able to come upright so that my hips are opening back up and my spine is sitting between my pelvis. Okay, so that's gonna be our first thought today is our ape stance. If that doesn't feel right for your knees or ankles being in that position, you could do an ape theoretically from a taller stance. Okay, you can even do side shuffles for the 30 seconds. Okay, find a movement that's appropriate for you. I'm gonna start a clock. We're gonna start in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. We got lateral ape. You're gonna catch up, look up and catch a baseball every time. By the end of this 30 seconds, your hips should be burning. Got 10 more seconds coming up. 3, 2, and relax. Good. You guys got 30 seconds down. We're gonna do one more ape just like that. Turn the music back up a little bit. Got just a little hip hop going today. Hopefully that's okay for everybody. It is edited. I don't think we're getting first words through there. We'll see. Edited. All right, we're going back to our ape. Same thing. We'll start in 3 seconds. We're gonna start in 3, 2, and let's go. Now, sometimes you'll see people with the apes doing a little bit more of like a handstand between each ape. That's okay if you can control it, but that's not really the goal of the ape. The ape is really about opening up our hips. So even if you're staying downstairs with the ape, that's okay. If you're feeling frisky, I want to add a handstand variation to it, you may. 3, 2, and rest. Good. Right, so you guys have 30 seconds downtime. Our next movement is going to be our bear crawl. I call it back through. Loving the music, voice cool. Dig it. All right. The next movement, guys, is going to be our bear crawl stance. Bear crawl, you can do anything you want in your bear crawl. I have a kettlebell stuff here in the middle. So I'm going to do a bear crawl for me around the kettlebell. Going forward, backward, sideways, kind of mixing up the bear crawl a little bit. Right? Bear crawl's about shoulder stability and core stability. Let's start in 3, 2, and 1. Bear crawl it up. When you're bear crawling, you're trying to move opposite arm, opposite leg. If you can, try to keep, not if you can, you should, keep a neutral spine. You want almost like a tabletop. I should be able to set a cup of water on your back. And rest. Good. Start first 30 seconds. In between sets, that'd be a good time for you to check out your ribs, check out your shoulders, check out the neck. Use that 30 seconds rest for any vehicle. I've got 10 seconds coming up. Take what you need from your rest. Air fall can be whatever you want to be for 30 seconds. Well, let's go. 30 seconds. You can crawl like a mad person if you're feeling really good. But try to keep that spine neutral no matter how fast or aggressive you're moving. I don't care how fast you crawl. I care how stable you are when you crawl. The goal is core stability and shoulder stability. Wiggling your hips everywhere and sticking your butt up in here and giving us either. Life like this is what and rest. Like. Try to live the life right. People really know that. So it's bear and crab. This is like a movie. Our crab stance today is going to have one of two options, okay? First option is going to be what's known as a crab bridge. Crab bridge, my butt stays relatively underneath my shoulders. Push my heels into the ground and my hands in the ground. I'm going to lift my hips up as high as I can and get a big stretch through the front of my shoulders. That's a crab bridge, okay? That's our first option for 30 seconds. Second option for 30 seconds is the thoracic bridge. It's like the crab bridge, but now I'm going to over. And my hips are going to try and stay as square as they can, but I'm reaching across my body. Okay? I come back down to my initial crab setup. I square up, I'm reaching across the body. You should feel like you're getting a big rinse through your mid-back. Okay? So one of those two options is a crab bridge or a thoracic bridge. All right, 3, 2, and let's go. Crab bridge.
Everything in my life, arguing with my dad, and he said it ain't Christ-like. Man.
Every time I do it, I'll show you a different angle, so you guys have a couple views to look at.
Like, somebody only close to can get you like off your.
Try to square the hips up as much as you can. Push through your heels for the crab bridge. 3, 2, and rest, guys. Good.
I start spazzing. He said they ain't Christ-like. I said,
Awesome. Woo. Might be a suggestion that music's a little loud. I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit.
Let's go. No masterpiece.
I'm trying to play at the output, so I've been having some troubles with it. Got 10 seconds coming up. Same thing. Crab bridges, thoracic bridges. 3, 2, and let's go.
You got the bad but can't afford them. Give me the beat, I ride it like a jet ski. Some of the bad, they harassing me. They like me cause I rap and be with the athletes. Stop asking me, I know they mad at me. Hop in the coupe, then I slide like it's Vaseline. West Coast 6, poach on like a trampoline. Take a brick out, put it on the triple beam.
10 seconds, guys. Open those shoulders up.
Dismantle her, I know how to handle her. Light the candle up, make you put a banner up. Toss a 50 up, make them tie the club.
And rest it out. All right, rest it on out. That's our crab series there.
No masterpiece.
All right. Let's turn the music down all the way here. And we're going to talk about our next set today. So excellent work. We should be warm. We should be ready. You guys are always ready, so you never have to get ready. So you guys should be ready, really, really, really ready now. All right, we got 2 new skills we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about a lateral kettlebell swing. This one's kind of interesting, a little bit different. A lot of people haven't done the lateral swing before. So we're talking about lateral swings. We're talking about a rotational clean, 2 different movements that we haven't done a lot of at Fitness on Fire, at least, okay? I will demonstrate each and talk about them a little bit. And then we'll have a little bit of time to practice, and I'll actually come to the monitor and kind of help you guys work through the movement. First things first, it's still a hip hinge, okay? Hip hinge is not a back hinge. That means I'm not bending through my spine. My spine always stays whole. Spine stays whole. From hips to head, I should always be one whole piece as I'm moving through my hips, okay? Now, the lateral swing, what I'm basically gonna do here is I'm gonna bend my left knee, my right leg's gonna stay straight. That's gonna be how I hinge to one side, okay? So if you see my spine is still tall, but I do have a slight rotation. When I swing the bell to the other side, I'm gonna straighten that leg, bending the other leg, okay? So what would happen is it's gonna look something like this from the front view. I'm gonna have the swing to the side. I'm gonna rock to the other side, rock to the other side. The power is gonna come from the straight leg. It's like you're pushing the foot into the ground, okay? That's our lateral swing. So I'm gonna show you a set of that so you can see what it looks like. It is actually not near as cardio intensive as an actual kettlebell swing, okay? So you'll see I'll start with the bell a little bit to the side of me, trying to organize my spine, and I'm back and forth here. Okay, that's our lateral swing. You'll notice that my dismount's off to the side. Check it out from the side view. Okay. Note that the bell's still pretty close to my center of gravity. Like if I was gonna deadlift it, it'd be right underneath me. I don't want that bell way out in front. That's not gonna feel good. It's gonna be very hard to control your spine that way. You wanna keep it pretty close to your body. And even as I bring it closer, I can get my hips back more. Weight still in my heels, okay? Let's play with that. So let's try maybe 5 to 10 lateral swings. Let's try 5 to 10. And just let me see what you got. I'll kind of coach you through it if you need anything. Go ahead. So it's like one leg's gonna go, it's like punching one knee forward. So a lot of you guys are kind of lateral lunging. It's not a lateral lunge. Jacob, you got the idea there. Good, not bad. Rest for a second, everybody. Okay. So it's not necessarily just a lunge to the side, okay? It's actually one knee is bent, one leg is straight. I'm going to bend one knee, straighten the other leg. So it is similar, but the motion is just about switching the one leg from straight to bend, straight to bend. All right, then as I push my knee forward, the kettlebell leans to the side. The kettlebell should be outside your body. And it's like I counterbalance the weight of the kettlebell with my hips, okay? Play with it, let's go.
Josh, does it matter which, is the bell on the straight or the bent leg? Or is it gonna go back?
The kettlebell's gonna go over the straight leg. It's actually the only way it should work. So the knee has to get out of the way. So Jay, you're going the opposite there. So you want the bell to go over your straight leg. There it is, And then as you punch that knee, yeah, that's a little bit better. Good, chest up like Superwoman. Nice, J-Bone. Now keep reaching your hips back. It's still a hip hinge. So you shouldn't be, yeah, there you go, good. Nice, Azrina. Good, Aiden. And then you're gonna punch the other, yes. And then let it rock. So you're gonna rock, rock, rock. Good, It's almost like a golf swing of sorts. Lindsay, that looks really good. Letty, I see you working it there. And then no, I haven't seen yours yet over there, so hopefully it feels good for you. If you want to show me one more set. And after you guys are good there, you guys can rest for a second. Nice, Noah, you got the hang of it, very good. Awesome, all right, good team. Nice, now, one big note is be careful how far outside your leg it rotates, because if I go way outside, then it starts to rotate my whole body inward, right? You want to be able to keep a pretty strong stance here. So see how flat my back is. If I go too far to the side, it like wrenches my knee or something, right? You almost want to be here. Boom, boom. Overall, that was a really good start. You guys are in the right place. Let's talk about our second movement today. Second movement's going to be a rotational clean. So rotational clean, I want to get to a place where you can see the bell in my hands. I'm going to actually try and get you guys a little closer than usual here. Okay. So this movement here, okay, the bell's in the rack position. I'm gonna put my hands on the kettlebell like I'm, I don't know, like I got a V with my hands here. My hips are gonna kind of rotate a little bit. I'm gonna drop the bell down, and as I rotate it across my body, I'm gonna switch it to the other side. I know you can't see that extremely well, but it's going to be open hands. My hips help me facilitate the rotational clean, and I pull one of the hands out. If you have a watch on or a Fitbit, I want to be careful with this. The heavier the bell, the more hips you're going to need for it. So here, that's our rotational clean, okay? Your goal is to see if your hips can help swing the weight through so your low back isn't trying to stabilize that load. That's a rotational clean. So rotational clean, Okay, let's play with that for a second. Let's see how those look. That one's a little bit more intuitive overall. You have to get your hand out. Last but not least, when you finish, you want to finish upright and straight. You don't want to be over-rotated at the finish. Good. Good. Nice. Some of you guys are really getting the hang of that thing. That's pretty solid there. Good. And relax for a second. Only big coaching cue there is just to make sure that when we finish, we don't finish over here. I have a superhero logo on right now. You can't see it, right? I want to finish forward. So it's rotational in nature. Bring it all back to center. Rotational in nature. Bring it all back to center. Your finish position should be forward. Even if it rotates you a little bit, recenter. Right? As long as we come back to center, we should be good. Because as we start doing the squats and the movements that are paired with it, we don't want to be off center trying to do squats and stuff. Okay? You guys got the basics of it today, and that's actually a good start. So if we refer back to our circuit today, here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing 30 seconds. 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest. That's going to be our tempo today. Everything is rotational or side to side. So our first movement today is a goblet squat, lateral lunge. Okay, so I'm gonna hold the kettlebell up in the goblet squat position. I'm gonna step to the side, doing that lunge. Drive forward. Other side, drive forward. All right, that's our first movement today. When I do a lateral lunge, weights in my heels, I'm pushing through my bent leg to come back to center. Okay, that's our first one. We'll have 30 seconds of work there. We'll set the bell down. We'll get ready for the next set. We're gonna go 30 seconds of lateral swings. The bell's on my left side. My left leg's gonna be straight. Right knee's gonna be bent. I'm organizing my spine. And at 30 seconds, pop, 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 pop. Keep reaching the hips back. It's a rock through the hips. Some of you are gonna get tighter than usual on this movement. At some point, the times may just not make sense for you. Maybe you do 5 to 10 and you set it down. All right, know your body. You have to learn how to stabilize your lateral chain. So if the 30 seconds isn't right for you, don't force the 30 seconds, get what you can. Third movement, it's gonna be a front squat. Bell's gonna be on one side of the body. I'm gonna hit a great front squat. Then I'm going to rotational clean it to the other side. Next front squat. Rotational clean to the other side. Next front squat. And we're gonna do 30 seconds of rotational cleans with the front squat. Okay. And then number 4 is some type of cardio for 30 seconds. If you have jump ropes, maybe you can hit the jump rope for 30 seconds. You can kind of run in place. You can do some other like speed ladder variations, but we're gonna move for 30 seconds athletically. And that's our workout today. We're gonna do 5 rounds of all that. So 30 seconds on, 30 seconds of rest. In between sets, ask questions, we'll talk. And if that all makes sense, man, we're gonna start with the goblet lateral lunge. Let's start getting your bells ready for it. I'll turn the music on. I'll be here if you need me. Just chime in. My only suggestion today is if the 30 seconds does not feel right on these new movements, don't force it. Learn, take your time. Eventually it will feel right, okay? As long as you don't overdose it. All right, here we go. We're starting 3, and 2, and 1.
Clean, I don't even
Let's
try.
go.
All I see is bears, I spy. Yeah, that way. I need that moolah by Tuesday. Yeah, that way. I low key feel like funk sway. I just now got started. Got views, I'm popping. My diamonds gone retarded. Your girl on deck is a party. I just wanna rollie with a dapper ranch. I already got some designer to hold up my pants. I just want
wait
some
for the
ice
heel.
on my wrist so I
Straight
look
leg is
better when I
completely straight.
dance. Have you looking at it, put you in a trance.
2,
I just wanna
and
rollie
rest. Good,
with a
belly
dapper
down.
ranch. I already got some designer to hold up my
30
pants.
seconds down
I
time.
just want some ice
Do what
on
you need
my
to do in
wrist so
between
I
sets.
look
Shake it
better
off.
when I dance.
30
Have you
seconds sounds like a
looking
long
at it,
time.
put
It's
you in
not.
a trance.
It'll add up quick. Going to a
All I
lateral
ever
swing
wanted
next.
was a rollie. All I ever wanted was a rollie. Cooler than a snowman with the ice all on
Getting
me.
ready for it here, team. 5
Now your
seconds.
chick all on me, now your chick all on
Good
me.
set up.
Blue face, rollie, red
Leg close to the
face,
belly
rollie,
straight.
ayy.
And let's
Purple
go.
face, rolling like some Teletubbies, ayy. Baby diamonds wet,
Maybe
shining
point
like
if
some
you're not
guppies.
sure. Put your
Yo,
bell down
man,
and watch me for a minute.
probably 'cause his
Try to get you
girl
there.
love me, ayy. I pull up
Keep the
to
bell
the
as
mall
close to
and
your
I'm
body
pressing
as you
on your
can without
face.
smacking your leg.
Leo in the cut and he got them buffies, White sticks got me going crazy.
Weight of the kettlebell.
Your girl love me 'cause she
counterbalance
probably
your
want my
lean.
baby, ayy. Woo! Ice on my neck cost like 5K. I want a girl built just like Kim K.
Almost there, guys.
Karate chop that beat like a
30
sensei.
seconds off fast there. Good.
Roll off
Good
up in the
job.
Rari on a beat.
Next one's a front squat with rotational clean.
I already got some designer to hold on my pants. I just want some ice on my wrist so I look better when I dance. Have you looking at it, put you in a trance. I just wanna rollie with a dapper ranch.
8 seconds coming up, crew.
Some designer to hold on my
Let's go for it in 5 seconds. You got a front squat with a rotational clean, front squat on the other side. Let's go.
All I ever wanted was a rollie. All I ever wanted was a rollie. Cooler than a snowman with the ice all on me. Now your chick all on me.
Try to find the rhythm of the bell that moves well with your body. It's like a dance with the kettlebell. When you're swinging that thing, your back shouldn't be tension the whole time. Your hips have enough rotation to get you through the movement. Time. Slow down. We got 30 seconds of cardio. Your choice of cardio. Let's try it. Jump rope ain't gonna work in here. If you want a cardio exercise and you can't come up with one, you can follow along with me. I'm gonna do a lateral icky shuffle, again, side to side team. And go. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's go. 30 seconds of movement. Don't have to be what I'm doing. It can be anything you want, but you've got to move. 30 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Good job, team. Very good job. You got 30 seconds down. We're going right back to the top. We've got our goblet lateral lunge, round 1. We have 5 rounds today. This will add up, I promise. Ten seconds coming up. Let's get ready for it. We got the goblet rack, lateral lunge. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Ooh. Those nasty. 5 seconds. Reach your hips back, weight in your heels. And time. Lateral swing coming up next. We got 15 seconds. We got lateral swings coming up. Coming up on 3 seconds. 2, 1, let's go. I'll show you a side view of that movement so you can see what I look like from a side perspective. Good job, team. Plenty of time here. Stay tight in the middle. You're moving to your hips, not your back. No soft back. 3, 2, and time. Nice. Good job, guys. That's a different movement entirely right there. But I'll tell you what, that's going to set us up for a lot of stuff in the future. Single arm lateral swings with rotational swings to the outside, rotational snatches. I got a lot of work for you guys in rotation. We have to be able to stabilize all that first. We're going front squats with a rotational swing. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. clean should be pretty smooth. You shouldn't be catching a lot of force with your elbows. That's why your hips have to swivel a bit. And time. Good, guys. Going back to your cardio, 30 seconds of cardio. Your choice. Your choice. I'm still in mountain climbers on this next, so I'm going to give Froggy some mountain climbers. 30 seconds of mountain climbers for me. Jump rope, cardio, body weight, whatever you want. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Seconds left, next cardio set. And fine. Good, guys. Watch your speed running. We do not stop. We got our goblet squat, our goblet rack, lateral lunge coming back up. We got 20 seconds. Very little downtime. They keep rocking. 10 seconds coming up. Goblet rack, lateral lunge. 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's go. Being strong in rotation, being wrong in sideways movement, being strong in sideways movement. That's strong. Time. Lateral swings coming up. In between sets, this is your chance to make sure your body feels good. You're going to feel Superman. Rotation, just taking out that tension. Coming up in the lateral swing in 5 seconds. 3, 2, and let's go. Calf stays lifted, weights in your heels, moving through the hips and knees, not the back. This is the first time that I'm really starting to feel these now. Legs are getting heavier. 10 seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Good job. All right. Front squats with the rotational clean coming up. Seconds coming up. We got our front squat with the rotational clean. 5 seconds. In 3, in 2, and 1. Let's go. Try not to let the bell get too far away from your body when you're doing the rotational clean. It's going to be pretty close to your legs. 3, 2, and time. Good job, team. Got your body weight cardio coming up. I'm going to go butt kicks on the next one. Just some butt kicks, good old-fashioned butt kicks. 15 seconds. I'm just making it up as I go. I just want some kind of cardio body weight cardio. Jump rope would be my favorite, but I can't really jump rope in my garage. If you got a jump rope, dude, bang out that jump rope. 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds. Let's go. Good job, guys. If you're doing butt kicks, make sure your heels are getting there. Come up there. Come on. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and time. Good job. That's round 3. You got 2 more rounds left. Easy peasy. We start with our goblet squat lateral lunge again. Good work going on all around here. Take this time in between sets to get loose. Feel good. Feel what you need to feel. We got less than 10 seconds. Let's get ready for it. 5 count. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good job, team. Weights in your heels here. 3, 2, and time. Good job. On our lateral swings next. If at any point the lateral swings stop feeling great for you, then go to a regular swing set. Just do 30 seconds of regular swings. That's okay. When we learn a new movement, it takes time to perfect those skills. Be careful how much dosage you do it. That's why we're doing time intervals today, so you make that decision. If you don't feel good, go to a regular kettlebell swing. We got 3 seconds coming up. 2, 1, let's go. Keep the belt pretty close to the legs. Reach those hips back. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good job, team. Got our front squat, rotational clean coming up. Seconds on the clock. Get your mind right. Front squat, rotational clean. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. I forgot I had some AC/DC on this playlist. Never a bad idea. And time. Sorry, I missed the countdown on you guys there. Good job, guys. 30 seconds. We got our body weight cardio set coming up. For this next one, I'm going to do imaginary jump rope. I'm really sad I don't have a jump rope right now. So I'm going to jump rope in place like I'm doing regular jump rope. This is your chance to be a playground legend. Do an imaginary jump rope, crisscross, boxer shuffle, do something cool. And let's go. 30 seconds cardio. I got my imaginary jump rope going here. Boxer shuffle. Crisscross applesauce. High knees. Double jump. Could be anything you want it to be.
Young H.O. raps Grateful Dead. Back to take over the globe. Now break bread. I'm in Boeing Jets, Global Express. Out the country.
Job, guys. Come on. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and time. Good. Gosh, we got one more round here. You can open again. Going right back to the top. Goblet smash, lateral lunge. Round 5 coming.
So you're gonna see you can't replace him with cheap imitations of these generations. Hardcore, do you want more? Cook and roll with the Brooklyn balls. So for one last time, I need y'all to roll.
Got 10 seconds coming up, crew.
Now what the hell are you?
Come on, everybody. Last set. Come on. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Bells in the rack position, lateral lunges.
Look what you made me do. Look what I made for you. Knew if I paid my dues, how would they pay you? When you first
wanted to see how deep I can go on that one.
Then you drive a couple of hits. Look how they wait to you. From Marcy to Madison Square. The only thing that matters is just a matter of years. As fate would have it, J status appears to be at an all-time high. Perfect time to say goodbye. When I come back like Jordan, we're in the 4-5. It ain't to play games with you, it's to aim at you. Probably name you. If I owe you, I'm wrong. The smithereens. Except take one for your team, and I need you to remember one thing. How can I so I conquer? From record sales, sold out concerts.
Go to a regular kettlebell swing.
You want this encore? I need you to scream to you.
Last step today. Working on lateral chain stability here. All right, guys, 5 seconds coming up. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Team. Leaning away from the kettlebell. Placing your heels. 3, 2, and time. Ooh, good job. Front squat, rotational cleans coming up. All right, 10 seconds coming up. Taking tension out of that system. Doing some good work here. 5 seconds, guys. Front squat, rotational clean. 3, 2, and let's go. Probably one of my favorite hip hop songs of all time. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job, team. Very good. Very good. Keep your mind right. We got one more set of cardio. I'm going to go jumping jacks for the last 30 seconds. Jumping jacks for 30 seconds. We have one more big movement today. Keep a rugged dress hole, always in this stress mode. You guys got 5 seconds coming up. Get ready for our bodyweight cardio. Let's go. Whatever you're taking, get moving. Let's go. Losing inches teaching all these classes. Losing my zone belt. Three, 2, and 5. Very good. Very good. Quick second, grab some water. That is our first circuit today. You guys have about a minute rest here. Lateral swings. While you guys rest for a second, I'm just going to I'm going to do a small kettlebell flow and just give you guys an idea of why we have to work on some of these skills. Because once we start to evolve the skills, then we have a lot of different ways to get to play with the kettlebells, but you have to earn the skills first. So eventually we'll go to a single arm, clean, rotational, right? There's some elements to kettlebells that allow us to work into flows, rotation, and all this other kind of jazz that you get to play with the kettlebells once you understand how to protect your body in all planes of motion, right? So whatever the movement is, as long as you understand how to protect and stabilize your spine, you can have some fun with the bells, but we have to get that practice. We got to work on that stuff before we can get all the crazy stuff. That's the fun stuff. All right, so last big set today is we're going to have a portion of the Turkish get up, and we're going to do that for repetition. So we're going to focus on one step of the get up, all right, and our 2 steps of the get up, which is going to be our leg sweep to our windmill. So from this position, if I have the bell in my right hand, when I do the leg sweep, a couple things have been missing on this a lot recently for people, so I'm trying to keep working on this. I'm going to extend my hips. Specifically, my right heel pushes into the ground. My right hip should extend. I'm going to bring my leg underneath. And in an ideal world, I'd have a straight line from hand, knee, and foot on the backside. Okay? Hand, knee, and foot should be in a straight line. Any way you see that. All right, that allows me to use my hips to sit up, and then I'm going to use my hips to come back down. So this is the movement we're working on today. We're gonna do a leg sweep with a windmill. Windmill with a leg sweep out. The goal is that your spine stays tall through that entire movement. So because I'm working through my hips, my spine doesn't change. From tailbone to crown of my head, that's still a straight line. My spine is in perfect organization, and it's still in the same. Still, I'm leveraging my hips, okay? I'm gonna do this with you. We're gonna do 10 of these. So if you wanna use a kettlebell, you can. You can keep your bell. That's gonna be difficult, so you're gonna have to really fight for it. If you do a couple reps with your bell and then a couple of reps where you have to put your bell down and keep working through, that's fine. But try to get that leg all the way through. You want hand, knee, and foot in a straight line. Now, when I go back through the windmill on the way down, I'm going to trace my quad. My fingers will meet the ground, and I like to itsy-bitsy spider my fingers until my palm is on the ground. The weight of the kettlebell above me should be actually sitting on the hand that's on the ground right now. It's like the weight goes through my body, and it's stabilized by my left arm right now. Use your hips to sit up, hips to sit down, okay? I will do a couple, and then I'll kind of check in with the monitor a little bit to make sure you guys are on the same page. And if that all makes sense, we're gonna do 10 on the one arm first, and then switch sides and do 10 on the other arm. If you don't know how to get there, then go through your steps of the get up to get there to start with if you don't want to just start from the seated position. All right, guys, let's get started. We got 10 reps, 10 leg sweeps, and a windmill. If you're not sure, watch me for a couple of reps. Once this is my starting point, I'm going to extend up, leg sweep, windmill up. Windmill down, leg sweep through. That's one.
What's the move? Can I tell the truth? If I was doing this for you, then I have nothing left to prove. Nah, this for me though. I'm just
straight
trying
arm
to
up
stay
top with the
alive and
kettlebell.
take care of my people. And they don't have no award for that. Trophies.
That bell's heavy.
And they don't have no award for that. Shit don't come with trophies. Ain't no envelopes to open. I just do it cause I'm supposed to.
Come on, you guys got this. Let's go. By you guys, I mean me. I'm struggling all the way through here.
Nigga, we made it.
Oh man. Woo! That was my good side too. That was hard. All right, 10 reps, one side completed. Good team. Keep working here. Keep working. You got 10 good reps. Try to leverage your hips as much as you guys can. Not a back bend, it's a hip bend. job, team. Very nice. Get your number. You guys got it. That looks really good.
Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
So let that bell rotate forward. Good job, crew. Nice, Noah, good hip extension. Ooh, that's a burner. Shoulders are lit. Good job, guys. Ooh, a little shoulder stability work for the win today. Believe it or not, this is a rotational movement. So we're working, again, that same thought process. We're working rotation here. Rotation through the hip. Take your time, get your number. 10 great reps each side. It's not a race. Get through this thing. You got to do 3 at a time, 4 at a time, 5 at a time, 1 at a time. Take your time. Get the work done. All right.
Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
Good job, team. Nice, Letty. Good as Rena. Good, Jay. Nice. Understand your body, know your limits. Do not drop a kettlebell on your head. That's bad news. Don't do it. Kettlebells are good for you, but they're not nutritious. You don't want to eat them. Good, team. Some quality work going on. Good, really fighting to keep that shoulder packed. Don't let that hand rotate forward. Good. And then J-Bone, for you, my dude, when you finish that get up, try to finish that with a straight arm so that bell's not rushing at your face. So take your time on the way down. Control your down. That way that bell ain't rushing at you. Take your time. Control. Big money. That's it. The first kettlebell certification I ever took, the instructor, actually it wasn't an instructor, it was one of the assistants that was there that day, was demonstrating a set of get-ups and was a little shaky at the end of the get-up and ended up dropping a kettlebell on his face to finish the get-up. It was brutal. So I've always, I've taught our clients how to finish the get-up so they never have to worry about that bell lunging at their face. I've never personally had a client drop a kettlebell on their face, but and I've been training kettlebells for 10 years, but I watched it one time and I made up my mind that'll never happen to my people, man. Good job, team. It looks like most of us are about there. So I'm going to turn down the music. Phenomenal work, guys. Good job. I'm going to clap it up for you. You guys did awesome. That's a new movement pattern for most people. maybe if you've had some exposure to other kettlebell circuits or coaches, maybe you've worked through some of that before, but the lateral swings are not a super mainstream exercise, so you probably won't see it very often. But it opens up the world of kettlebells for us to be not just a forward-backwards exercise. We can start to work into our side-to-side and rotational elements. So really fun way to work with the kettlebells. Eventually, we'll do like an hour-long flow together. We'll pick up a kettlebell, and we'll just move freely for for an hour with the kettlebell. Once you guys have like 100 skills, it's like, dude, move any way you want to for a whole hour using any of those 100 skills. That's one of my favorite type of workouts, is just to let the kettlebell have some creativity with my body. But we have to earn the skills first, and we have to have been there, right? So we have to learn how to protect our body in these different planes. You guys did awesome, man. Thank you for your work today. That is our kettlebells number 8. Today we added lateral and rotational elements to our kettlebell work. We will keep building on that. So keep tuning in on Thursdays and all that, Thursdays. I don't even know what day it is. Anybody else in that situation right now where you're like, I don't know what day it is? Quarantine life, for real, hashtag quarantine life. I have no idea what day it is. The only reason I know is because I got wacky socks on. I hope you got your wacky socks on. Anybody any wacky socks out there? Shout out wacky socks. Oh, Letty. Oh, no, nobody?
Wacky headband.
Wacky headband. Hey, wacky headband day, bro. Where my socks at, crew? Man. Next time it's going to be 100 swings per person without wacky socks, per pair, per sock.
Josh, I will not let you down. I will not let you down.
That's what happens in quarantine life. You forget what day it is, so you forget it's Wacky Sock Wednesday.
That is true. That's why we have to have Wacky Sock Wednesday, though, or else we're all going to get really confused, thinking it's Saturday, it's Wednesday, I don't know. Wacky Socks, balance it out. All right, guys, much love, man. Thank you guys for tuning in today for some kettlebells. Again, I'm Coach Josh. I'm always here to help you. If you have any questions or want to troubleshoot any of these movements further, feel free to reach out. We can always work on it a little bit. And then I encourage you to practice. Don't think about your kettlebells as like, how hard do I swing iron? Think about it more like this is your kettlebell practice. You hear this a lot in like yoga. We respect your practice, right? We in martial arts, Bruce Lee said, I don't fear the man that's thrown 10,000 kicks. I fear the man that's practiced one kick 10,000 times. He's talking about skills, building your skills and your literacy with movement. So same concept here. This is part of our kettlebell practice. I gave you a new skill to work on today. I hope that the next time we do this, it'll be a little bit more familiar because you've at least touched it once or twice and played with it. And then when you come back, we'll build on it. Cool. Awesome, team. Thank you guys so much for your work today. I'm going to stop the recording. I'll give that dab. I see some dab going on there. I'm going to stop the recording. If you guys have questions, hang out. If not, have a great day. Holler.
Thank you.
Thank you.